Aragorn's a tracker hunting coons at night. Gimli swinging axes, but his aim ain't right. Legolas is prepping, shooting butts off logs. Harwin's painting toenails, yelling at the dogs. Saruman's a neighbor's always causing grief, scheming in his tower like a backwoods thief. With the swamp behind and the mountains ahead, we're just good old boys doing what Gandalf said. Frodo's carrying the ring and it's dragging slow, but we're marching through the mud with a steady flow.
Of Arrakis, it's me, Shai-Hulud, your beloved sandworm of the desert. Many people are saying Paul Atreides, little Paul Atreides. I call him Pesky Paul. He's Al-Mahdi. People are calling him Lisan Al-Gaib. Pesky Paul's calling himself Muad'Dib. He said, Muad'Dib, I'm a little desert mouse. Just a humble little desert mouse. And he is very tiny, I saw him.
Middle-aged mutant ninja turtles. Middle-aged mutant ninja turtles. Middle-aged mutant ninja turtles. All of their shoes are from New Balance. The turtles used to battle all over New York.
It was radical.
Now they work late nights in customer support.
It pays the bills.
They would break dance in their teens, and now they use sleep apnea machines. Middle-aged mutant ninja turtles.
Hi Colonel, this is Snake. I've made it to the insertion point. I stayed pretty warm due to that anti-freezing peptide that you gave to me, but I have to admit I was able to smuggle out my smokes in my stomach. You know, it wasn't fantastic, but I gotta have them ciggies. Psychic powers are cheating. I'm gonna plug my controller into port 2. Hind D. More like D Hind. Ho! But seriously, what's a Russian gunship doing here? Big back, big back, big...
man, I should have done this before. Hello, and welcome to Nerddom's poll list for the week of April 16th. Man, this is very bright page. Jesus. For the week of April 16th, this is issue 65. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Oh, man, it has been an insane day. I'm sorry for the late start. Very sorry for the late start. Oh, my God. Insane day. Oof. That lens flare's a little bright. Huh. We're just messing with everything right now. What can I say? Everything is perfect. Everything is awesome. But yeah, hope you had a wonderful start of your week. It has been non-stop for me, man. It has been non-stop. Work. A little bit of fun, but work. First off, the reason my face was blindingly white. See if we can get back to it. Oh, that's why it's not showing up. Ah, man. Yep, not showing up. Don't you love it? Dude. Technical glitches. Oh, there it is. Perfect. There it is. Now it shows up. Perfect. Right on time. So, our friends at Arrow are actually doing a free giveaway. So it is starting tomorrow at midnight, basically, Pacific time. Technically 9 p.m. Eastern. But the link is now in the description of the show. So it is Arrow Nutrition /pages/Arrow giveaway. Feel free to click that link or enter it into your URL. But you can fill out your name, email address, and be sure, if you enter to win, be sure to put streamer code NERDDOM. One word, NERDDOM. Be sure to put that in there because it actually helps me out with another drawing. So, yes, feel free to follow them on Instagram and TikTok as well if you are interested. But thank you again to to Arrow for sponsoring the show. Thank you again. We'll have this page open just in case we want to talk about it some more. But yes, be sure to check out Arrow Nutrition. They're doing a free giveaway. And yeah, they're awesome. I just so happen to have some right here. And I freaking need this. There's a reason why everything's not working. Is because we haven't had our Arrow as of yet. That's the reason. Dude, blue raspberry. That's the flavor to go with. I also have a beer. So, man, craziness that's going on, but we have some news to talk about. It has been a little bit slow, but what has happened, though, is this. This guy stirred up a firestorm because this is what Dr. Doom was supposed to look like. Or is supposed to look like. And it turns out, if you've seen my thumbnail, it's not. This is actually an AI or Photoshop fake. I don't know what part is changed, but you can actually find where the original is posted, and it's actually, like I said, in my thumbnail. So he looks a lot different, and what they did was they just blurred and rasterized the heck out of it to make sure that you can't see his face. But they made it look like Robert Downey Jr. on the top right here. So, well done, troll. I wouldn't say this is AI, but I would say that this is a fake. But what he could possibly look like may be here. This was so they're saying that it's not. I haven't read this article yet, but they're saying that this is actually a Doom-themed birthday invitation featuring him sporting a new curly hairstyle, which he does have. A look that he has also seen where 2 days ago Could this be an early glimpse of his portrayal of Victor Von Doom? So let's click on that real quick. Oh my god, I got a virus. Just kidding. So when we're looking at this, this is what we have here. Oh man. It's kind of like a cross between, this does look like, you know, let's open this in another tab. This almost looks like an Iron Man mask at the same time, but because it's gold too. So it's quite possible that they could be playing off of Doom a little bit with this mask, but it being gold, like just like the original Iron Man, and then he threw a little bit of Hot Rod Red in there. This could also be just an uber massive troll. Could be an uber massive troll, but let's read this article real quick. Earlier today, a supposed first look at Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom found its way online courtesy of a birthday card presented to the actor. Before we go any further, it's entirely possible this unknown artist simply came up with the interpretation of Avengers Doomsday Big Load. Big Bad. Big Load. Jesus. Tired. That's a big load. On the other hand, it's every bit as likely that this was based on actual concept art, similar to other wrap gifts and other set items typically meant only for the eyes of those who work on the movie or TV show. If you're convinced this falls into the former category, you might as well stop reading now. However, if we assume this is how Downey's Victor Von Doom will look in the MCU, it raises some big questions and concerns. Wearing a purple cloak, an engineer suit, black gauntlets, and a mask that's part Doom, part Iron Man, this is undeniably bold design choice. The mask shows enough of Downey's face so that the Marvel Studios can promote his role in Avengers Doomsday without upsetting fans by unmasking the iconic villain. It also toys with the idea of his Doom variant having something in common with Tony Stark. After all, why else cast Downey if that's not the case? Exactly. I think that's the case. What up, Mando? How are you, man? How are you, dude? Welcome, welcome. Sorry I'm late, man. Sorry I'm late.
Welcome back, Mando. They all hate you, Mando.
They all hate you. They all hate you, Mando. How are you, dude? How's your week? What up, Lewis? How are you, man? I got your intro too if you want to. We are talking about this guy. This freaking thing. Because we found out that this for sure is fake. If you guys saw my thumbnail, it's actually used from something else, right? So this for sure is a fakey fake. This actually, right here, is a birthday card presented to Robert Downey Jr., I believe. Can hang for a few minutes, but I've got to run. No worries, dude. It's kind of a crazy week for everybody, I think. So no worries at all. But yeah, this is a choice this is something that somebody made for him. So what this is right here. Found its way online courtesy of a birthday card presented to the actor. Before we go any further, it's entirely possible this unknown artist simply came up with their interpretation of Avengers Doomsday's Big Bad. On the other hand, it's every bit as likely that this was based on actual concept art similar to the wrap gifts and on-set items typically meant only for the eyes of those who work on a TV or movie. Very specific design elements, including in the piece, why not just stick his head on Doom's body? If you're convinced this falls into the former category, you may as well stop reading now. However, if you assume this is Downey's Victor Von Doom, we will look in the MCU. It raises some big questions and concerns. Wearing a purple cloak, an engineer suit, black gauntlets, and a mask that's part Doom, part Iron Man, this is undeniably bold design choice. The mask shows enough of Downey's face so that the Marvel Studios can promote his role in Avengers Doomsday without upsetting fans by unmasking the iconic villain. It also toys with the idea of his Doom variant being something in common with Tony Stark. After all, why else cast Downey if that's not the case? So, I agree. For a Doom that's traveling through the multiverse looking to save it for itself, this costume makes sense. He's seemingly battle-hardened, a scientist with the ability to wield magic, and still regal enough to pay homage to the fact that he was once king of Latveria on his now likely destroyed homeworld by wearing a cape. I mean, that's actually kind of cool. Like, what do you guys think about this design right here? So he's wearing like an engineer suit, some black gloves with some like orange tips almost, and then his regal royal purple cape. He's got his new hairdo, and then he has like a Iron Man mask, but it's also a Victor Von Doom mask at the same time, kinda. It's more so Iron Man, I'd say, but except for the mouth. The mouth is a little bit more, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, that's a little bit of a mixture right there. That birthday card looks like Doom mixed with Baron Zemo and Doctor Strange. Well, I mean, he does have magic, so this is going to be a Tony Stark variant or Victor Von Doom that, of course, does magic. That's the thing about Doom. He uses technology, magic, freaking everything. Oh, Milky's in here. Milky, you want out? Come here. Okay. So this was gifted to him. He's turning 60. This is a really badass card, by the way. Looks like it's happening in London. This is also kind of like his Sherlock Holmes hairdo. Kind of like that. So there's this one was entirely fake, and I'm glad they called it out as being fake. And then this one, I think, may just be something cool that someone drew up. It's almost time for Andor next week. Unfortunately, I'm actually headed to Texas, and we're gonna be talking about that. So Wednesday through Friday, I'll be in Texas, so we might not do a poll list next week. Might not do a poll list. I'll try to get a video out before I leave, though. My plane leaves at like 10:30, so I have some time in the morning before we go to the freaking airport, man. For the airport, it's like the worst time. By the way, in the show description, I believe there is a link to a free giveaway with Arrow, and you could possibly win bags of Arrow. You could win a hoodie, you could win a all metal blender bottle, and also you could win a stream deck by Elgato. So feel free to enter to win. Also, if you do choose to enter to win, be sure to use NerdDumb, one word, NerdDumb, in the streamer code. That also enters me into something. So if you're interested, feel free to do so. It's going to be opening up tomorrow night. So actually, technically, it opens up on the 18th. So this form will open up 9 p.m. Eastern, basically Friday the 18th. So just let you guys know if you're interested. Puts you in a chance to win some stuff. There she is. Okay. Okay. Your friend just got back from Texas? It's probably freaking hot, huh? What's up? Oh. Spent 6 hours at the airport? No way. I would die. I don't want to do that. It was one of those days. It was one of those days where you mix that, then you got your Aero Nutrition. Oh yeah. Whew. Man. But yeah, I don't know what to think of this. If this was his outfit, I think it might be kind of goofy looking. It makes a lot of sense. All the pieces make sense. But I don't know how I feel about it all. Like, do you want him to look just like the comic book, though? It would be badass. But again, these are actors, right? They want their face on the poster. And this, you can still see his face. I guess you can in the other one, too. But this one's, like, undeniably his face because of the hair poking out, too. But, yeah. This was... Don't think this was a fake, but this was gifted. This is a birthday card. So, pretty badass, though. Great job. I'd say a great job on the art. I think that's fantastic. But the other piece that we need to talk about, this one, this freaking one, the dude came out today and said that this isn't real, that this is actually AI. So it's pretty wild that he was able to make this, but this is supposed to be Lobo on the Supergirl set. And yeah, I think the dude, he came out, I think he was speaking Spanish or something, and he said that this is actually fake. The really weird thing, look at this guy right here. No worries. Old school comic armored outfit. Yeah. No worries. See you later, Mando. All good, man. Thanks for stopping by, bro. Have a great rest of your week, dude. But look at this guy. If this is supposed to be, doesn't look like the main man's bike. No, it doesn't. It looks like, ugh. It looks like he drove it out of a mud pile. I mean, that could also be a part of the story, right? I mean, maybe he does find a motorcycle and he has to use that. I don't know. I'm making it up right now, but maybe he pulled it out of a swamp or something. And Beetlejuice comes by. But it doesn't look spectacular at all. People are all just freaking out at it, but even like his hands are on it weird. But this steady cam, I mean, you know camera gear, right? This is not, unless it's on the ground. I guess the camera could be on the ground, but if he's holding it, that's not right. What is James Gunn doing to DC? This isn't real. He came out and said it's not real, dude. This isn't real. This is actually just AI. The guy, I don't know what language he was speaking, but he posted about how he created this and he prompted it, and this is AI. But again, look at this one guy right here. The way they're using this camera, it's weird, him holding it. And then this one, he's not even holding it. I don't know, it's interesting because it's not attached to his chest, unless it is right here, but he's not holding it. I don't know, that kind of clued me into this might not be real. This one though looks a lot better, but the motorcycle still, it's not right. Not right at all. Ugh. Not right. But yeah, this one is also fake. It's fake. It's faker than fake. I'm kind of. It's gonna be shaky footage. Better stabilizer or gimbal. I was almost thinking that I've seen that type of camera. You know, I've seen that type of camera before. That Steadicam. That's a chest rig, and it has a counterweight on it. But yeah, it doesn't look right. This one in particular doesn't look right. This guy. Oops. Like this whole part, that doesn't look right. He's like looking at him, and I was thinking maybe it's on the ground, maybe this guy is wearing it. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be, he's wearing it, but that's not right either. I don't think that's how it works. Yeah. So, fake. This doesn't look right either. Like his head at that distance. If that's it. Yeah. I feel like we're doing UFO sightings now. Just by looking at this stuff, man. UFO sightings. Next one. Daredevil Born Again showrunner officially announces season 2 premiere date. So it looks like it's taking the same spot in 1 year. So it's going to be March 2026. So, man, 1 year after this show. Or I guess a little bit less than this show, right? So season 1 finale Daredevil Born Again streaming on Disney+. Showrunner Dario Scarpadevani has taken to social media to thank his cast and crew, while also revealing when we'll see the Devil of Hell's Kitchen again, Kingpin back on our screens. We had already assured that season 2 would premiere at some point in 2026, but Scarpadevani has now announced that the show will be returning to Disney Plus next March. It's all up to this, such a mix of emotions as we close out S1. So grateful for the cast, crew, and studio for their confidence and indulgence. Biggest of thanks to Sana, Brad, Kevin, Lou, Aaron, Justin, Charlie, Vincent, Deb, John, and the whole Mad Circus. And yeah, season 2, March 2026. So in the episode Straight to Hell, Matt Murdock realizes that he's going to need some help to take the now openly corrupt Mayor Wilson Fisk, who declares martial law and wages war on costume vigilantes. Which I still need to work on my video. I recorded a bunch this morning. Hopefully going to get that out tomorrow. With Frank Castle taken prisoner by the AVTF. That doesn't stay caged for very long. Why are you saying spoiler alert? Probably because that, and I think it's supposed to be, February 2026 is supposed to be the supposed Punisher one-shot or Punisher short series. I forgot what they're doing. But something like that, maybe breaking out, you know. The man without fear gathers, spoiler. You guys care about spoilers? You haven't seen it? No, his crew that they showed at the end, it definitely is not like, it shows a bunch of no-namers basically. And Josie, great. Yeah, so big news there, March 2026, 1 year from now. We will see if all of this in season 1 actually is freaking worth it. Because I didn't enjoy it. Did not enjoy, unfortunately. Very unfortunate. And finally, Thunderbolt's final trailer unleashes Sentry as our Misfits heroes face the sins of their past. Yo, what up, Space Beast? Been a long time, man. How are you? Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. Yep, it's getting long, that's for sure. It's getting long, yes sir, Bob. Hope you're doing well, dude. Thanks for stopping by. So I actually saw they put out this post today for Thunderbolts. They're doing a special screening next Tuesday, the night that Andor premieres, at the Grove in LA. It was already gone by the time I looked at it, so no biggie there. I'll just have to get normal tickets, like a freaking scrub. But they're very confident. Look at this. It's their time. Be among the first to experience Marvel Studios Thunderbolts when you sign up for an early free Fandango IMAX fan screenings on April 22nd. Oops. So to me, this actually shows a lot of confidence they have in this movie. Also, they may be trying to drum up some fan curiosity, some fan excitement from it, some word of mouth because of it. And I think it is kind of tempered right now. I think everyone's expectations and everyone's thoughts are kind of tempered. We're like, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. Thunderbolts arrives in theaters in 2 weeks. I gotta get my tickets. I have to get my tickets. We have one final trailer featuring plenty of new footage. Though Sentry is still being kept in the shadows, we thought they might have given us one quick glimpse of his costume here. There's nothing there. We do get to see more of his darker alter ego, the Void, bringing death and destruction to the city. The trailer also includes some footage from earlier MCU films, as they always do, as our Misfit heroes must face and come to terms with their... Oh, checkered? Oh man, that's how you spell checkered? I've never seen that word. I've never seen that word. I'm like, shishired? In order to form a cohesive unit and step up to bring the fight to the near omnipotent enemy. What can I say? I'm not the best. I'm not the best at reading. But let's watch this.
Lena, being a hero, there is no higher calling. Your sister understood something about that.
Of
I
course.
should have come back for you.
No. That's just a fairy tale.
That's scary, man.
I was in high
Oh,
school
no,
when the
music.
Avengers came. Kind of strange,
Aw.
but it's all over now. No one's coming to save the day.
Who's this?
I think we are. We can be the ones that are coming.
But you have the wrong people. We have all done bad things.
Look, I've been where you are. The past doesn't go away. So you can either live with it forever,
That's cool that they did that for real.
or you can do something about it.
That's weird.
I am a void. Look what you unleashed.
That's pretty freaky, man.
Can't outrun the emptiness.
We can't do this. No one here is a hero.
We all have things that we regret.
But I have so many.
One of those guys are
When
going after the
look
Void, I
at
think.
you, I don't see your mistakes. That's why we need each other.
Oh, look at Ghost.
We can't
All
stop
right.
him alone.
That's pretty cool, man.
No one can. But we can find a way. Together.
So Taskmaster is gone, right?
Studios' Thunderbolts.
Apostrophe. So, okay, they're showing off the Void. They're showing that off. They're showing everyone's got a dark past. Everyone's got the darkness within them, and the Void is literally the dark. So maybe her hallucinations are what you see when you get into the Void. Honestly, I'm not too knowledgeable about what happens with Sentry and the Void. I just know that the Void is his own worst enemy, and it's him. So, yeah, we got 2 weeks to see this. Get your tickets now if you're interested. If you're interested. Oh, man. That's really all the news. I guess I gotta look at tickets, right? Shoot. I guess I gotta look at tickets. We'll probably do the same thing we did last time. We'll go see the movie, and hopefully it's not raining cats and dogs this freaking time, so I can shoot the review right out of the theater. I don't think I can see that far ahead. Nah. It's like mid 60s, high 60s. So it's not bad. It's not bad. But that's basically all the news that's fit to print. It's all the news that's fit to print. Not too much, I don't think. But what up, Collector? Doing good, man. How are you? Doing good. Let me check this out real quick. Is that off? It is just a night of technical glitches. Technical glitches. Can this be played here? Let's see. Oops. How you doing, Collector? I think I broke VLC player. Oh, I didn't. Cool. All right, that's good. Pretty cool. Okay, cool. That's working. Awesome. I'm doing all right, man. It's a busy day. Non-stop day. Non-stop. But let's get the pull list. Yeah, no worries, man. We get the pull list. It's very short this week, but we have a lot of other stuff to talk about. Woo-wee! It is a short one, but thank God it is. Dude, we are so behind on comics. So... this is everything we've read. Everything we read in the last 2-3 weeks, right? It's actually a lot of good stuff. I really wish I could talk about it all. A lot of good stuff in here. Some are not taped. Awesome issue. Awesome issue of Ultimate Wolverine. Issue number 3. Freaking cool, man. Wonder Woman. Absolute Wonder Woman was sick. That was alright. That was alright. Oh, You'll Do Bad Things. I like this one a lot. You'll Do Bad Things. Nice murder mystery. Possibly psychological. Possibly supernatural. Gunslinger. It was okay. Still probably a really good book still to pick up for $2.99. I kind of prefer Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger right now because it's taking place back in time. But what else we got? This one was okay. It was okay. Spider-Man. Batman Hush 2. Batman Hush 2. So this was... you cannot beat. For some reason. Hickman was writing Batman before this, but Jeff Loeb, Jim Lee, their combination, it's so much better. And I am so partial to Jim Lee's art. It's insane. I love it. We also got the special ash can for issue 2. Whoa. Oh, yeah. The Mummy. I'm not sticking with the Mummy, you guys. I don't like the Mummy. I didn't like this one issue, and if the story keeps going this way, I don't want to get it. Honestly, I think I'm cool with just Dracula, Frankenstein. I think I'm just cool with those two. The Mummy, I'm not going to continue. Not going to. Savage Land is alright. Wolverine Revenge, issue number 5. Finished out the entire story. Really, really crazy, cool ending. Facing Magic's nephew. Magic and Colossus' son. And Magic's nephew. So, facing him, and then Wolverine goes to hell, basically, and he survives. He actually fools Colossus' son into thinking that he is dead and in hell, but turns out he can heal even in hell. So, he's an old man Logan in hell. Pretty cool. You can almost not beat Greg Capullo's drawing. The drawing and the art in this one's fantastic. Fantastic. Oh yes, Martian Manhunter. So I heard this was actually a 6-issue series. I really like this first issue. It got extended to 12. So I'm very excited about this one. Really like this one. Justice League Unlimited, it kind of brought me back. But again, I don't think I'm a huge team reader. But we're talking about the Injustice Society, Injustice League, coming back a little bit from there. But it may not be from this universe. It's been a good chunk of reading this week. Well, kind of. I read maybe 7 issues. How are you, Brett? Welcome back, bro. I read about 7 issues over the weekend, but this pile's been accumulating over time, you know? The Mummy is one of my favorite movie monsters. This barely talked about the Mummy. It barely talked about the Mummy. It had a little bit about the Mummy. It was more so about this little girl, teenage girl character, and her sneaking out and British colonization, which I guess makes sense. It was colonized at the time, 30s, 20s, makes sense. So, love the ideas of curses as powers. I mean, it could be cool. The Mummy actually links up with the girl, the teenage girl, and she's part Egyptian and she's half Egyptian, half British. Her dad's British, her mom's Egyptian, and basically the mom's like, just do what your dad says, and maybe grab the trade down line. Maybe I might get one more issue, but other than that, yeah, I didn't like the first issue. It wasn't my favorite. Absolute Flash was pretty cool. Pretty cool to see this world and their version of, this is actually Wally. It's not, oh my god, I almost said Hal Jordan. Anyways, it's Wally West, not what do you call it, Dick Tracy. Still figuring out who the blank is. Oh man, okay. I needed to talk about this one, The Deviant. This was a heavy issue 9. This finished out the entire story. Was it worth the entire travel? I don't think so. I didn't enjoy the entire story, not even for any other reason other than it just wasn't thrilling. It wasn't leaving me guessing who it was. It was kind of like almost a letdown of, nah, it didn't stick the landing. I think it had more. I feel like this had more to say about they wanted to talk about the subject matter, you know, of being a deviant, of being different than society's norms, different than, you know, than other things, and it's just, I just don't think it stuck the landing. Yeah, the reveal of the killer was just kind of like a letdown. So, fantastic covers. Unfortunately, James Tynion, I just wasn't a fan. I don't know. Maybe I need to read them all in order again. You know, maybe I need to give it another shot. But just yeah, it's just not interesting. I don't know. Cat City's cool. Daredevil Unleash Hell is alright. It's alright. I like the Muse. I like Muse as the character. I like it. I actually haven't read the real Muse run. So reading this one, it's giving me a little bit of a taste of the Muse run, and I kind of do want to go back and get that trade of shit. I forgot the author who did Muse, but I really want to read the original Muse tale with Daredevil. I think that'd be awesome. Look how old these are. I think we talked about this one. The end run of Batman. We talked about that one. Homeworld and Doom. I think we talked about these. So, a lot. That's a lot of the reading that we got to, but here's the reading that we still have to. Here's what we have to do. I did not do enough on Sunday. I worked on that Andor video instead of reading. But luckily, this week is a godsend of a short pull list. Thank God. Thank God. My bank account would love it. You were lukewarm on that one for a while? Yeah. I kept hearing that it was just a short story, so I'm like, okay, I'll keep it going. You know, I'll see it out. It's not too bad of an investment. $4.99. Godzilla vs. Hulk? They're coming out with that next? What is it? Godzilla vs. X-Men? Who else? Godzilla's been against a bunch of them, right? I almost dropped it so many times. Can you believe it? I actually finished it out. I think it just tells you how stubborn I am. Okay, what's the pick of the week this week, guys? Oof. It's a short list. It's a short list. I think I got it already. Just to let you guys know, too, if you're coming in, in the description of the stream, there's actually a link to a giveaway with Arrow Nutrition. So if you, starting Friday, in between Friday and April 25th, if you fill this out, you are entered to win a chance. Entered in for a chance to win hoodies, a metal blender, a couple of bags of Arrow Elevate, the energy nutrition drink, and then also possibly a stream deck. So feel free to enter, and if you do decide to enter, be sure to enter nerddom, one word, nerddom, one word, into the streamer code. That way I get entered into another giveaway as well. And then feel free to follow them on Insta and TikTok if you're interested as well. So big thanks to Arrow once again for sponsoring and hanging out with us, man. But yes, okay, we got the list. And all of these are really, I think all of these are stories that I'm digging. Oh, yeah. The Red Coat issue, which probably tells you what's in here. The Red Coat issue with Annie Oakley. I like that issue a lot, man. It showed Annie Oakley, the historical context of her and her showboating, and, you know, her and Sam. I think his name's Sam. God, I keep forgetting his name. He says his name in the very first issue. He says his name at the very beginning, and I never remember it. Sam something. But anyways, Strong? No. They kind of have a little bit of a relationship, you know? And he's like, dang, look at this chick. She's pretty awesome. And then at the very end, she wants him to tour with him because he's a good shot as well. And she's like, you should come with me. And he's like, yeah, sure, you know, you gotta, you know, he says Miss Oakley, and she's like, Mrs., actually, my husband. And he goes, nah, I'm good. So I think he was gonna do it if he could, you know, hang out with her in a certain way, but he couldn't. So I really like that issue though, because it showed Annie Oakley and him kind of being a hero. in a really crazy Wild West town type of way. Really like that issue. I wish I showed it. Oh well. But first on the pull list is, of course, Daredevil Unleash Hell. Like I said, issue 3 I kind of dug. Elektra is now being brought to heel against Muse and his, I guess, protege, per se, I want to say. So protege, and she is taken to hell by Muse, and so both versions of Muse are in hell with her, and actually Ghost Rider tries to catch up to them before she gets into hell, and he gets there too late, and she is confronted by basically a negative version of Elektra. So here's the Elektra, like the dead Elektra. It almost seems like a skin swap in a fighter game. That's kind of what it feels like. So she is facing off with herself inside of hell, with Muse watching, and Ghost Rider is kind of trying to get her to. He said something about when a soul escapes hell, he knows about it, he can feel it, and so he travels all the way across the country to get to New York City to stop Muse, and he's a little bit too late. So it's pretty cool. I didn't pick up. Oh, I keep forgetting, you guys. Darn it! I keep forgetting to pick up Spirits of Violence. It's the follow-up to Spirits of Vengeance that I was reading, and I really dug it. I really do miss a Ghost Rider tale in that whole world, that whole universe within the universe of, you know, the Ghost Riders, not Hellspawn, but kind of like Hellspawn. Oh man. Next up is Dick Tracy, issue number 9. We're still dealing with the blank, trying to figure out who he is, but if you do dig noir, detective noir, with a little bit of comic booky in there, you're gonna like Dick Tracy. It's actually well written and quite gory. Like, you know, if you think of Dick Tracy from the early 90s Disney movie, it's not this Dick Tracy. This Dick Tracy is more hard-boiled than that. More hard-boiled. So next up is Absolute Flash, issue number 2. We saw at the very end, we have a new version of Captain Cold, Captain Boomerang. What is it, Captain Cold? Is it Captain Cold, Captain Boomerang? So here's Captain Cold, Captain Boomerang, and then a couple others who I don't remember who they are, but it's their versions of the Flash villains, and they kind of work for the government, and they're going after Wally because he got away from a militarized camp and he's on the run, basically. Get it? Huh? On the run. But so we see them going after him, and yeah, I like the first issue a lot. You know, I like the first issue. Not as much as Martian Manhunter. That one was more mind-bending, more thought-provoking, I guess. I still haven't read Green Lantern. Need to get that one. Need to get on that one. But yeah, issue 2 of Absolute Flash. Absolute. Getting a Flash. Getting a Flash. Oh man. There's too many comic books. There's too many comic books, you guys. Oh my goodness. They are going everywhere. Okay, next up is Redcoat, issue number 11. That's why I brought him up. At the very end, we actually see him leave town, and you see the introduction of the Northerner. And that's who is on the cover here. So he is a Northern Union soldier who is going after him. He might be a friend or foe. So you see right here, it might be friend or foe. He might be going after Redcoat. No such thing. It is such a thing if I can't read them all. So we see him, we see a little bit of introduction to him, and there's a little bit of a biography with him too, talking about who he is, what he is, that kind of thing. And I can't wait to see their confrontation, because if you know Junkyard Joe, he, in the Geiger universe, kind of is, he was going after Geiger. So that's why Geiger is kind of against him. So is he friend or foe? So kind of cool. Kind of cool. Skill issue? Yeah. Pfft. You're telling me. I'm going to put these over here. Look at all these books. The room is a mess, dude. The room is a freaking mess. I have so much work to do this weekend. I went for a hike last weekend, actually. I wonder where my camera is. I never brought my camera back. It's in my bag. I brought my Osmo Pocket on a hike with me, and it was a lot of fun. I just got really tired. Really tired. Skill Issue would be a good name for a comic book podcast. Yeah, that's true. Skill Issues. Gaming too. Like, you can do comic books and gaming. I like that. Dude, you're good at making up names. No lie. Next one is... I've actually been enjoying this one more than the mainstream one, the mainline one. Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger. So in issue number 1, you actually see the creation of Gunslinger Spawn, who he is, why he's going after the bad guys, why he's trying to find his sister, everything like that. And now you see the next tales of him coming off of that. So issue number 5, I'm trying to remember the last time we had an issue. I think he ran into a town and they were like vampires in a brothel. Vampires or something in a brothel, and he had to fight them all off and try to get the townsfolk to kind of go after him. So pretty cool independent stories in here. A little bit more interesting than what he's doing in the mainline book, but still a $2.99 book. You can't go wrong with this one. I do enjoy that one. It's yours? Royalty free? I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Stuff is expensive. Stuff is expensive. But it's fun. No, it's still expensive. You can live off bologna and white bread, can't you? And it's time for the pick of the week. The pick of the week is... I was just talking about it. What a great time I had with issue number 3. We saw their version of Gambit. We saw their version of Kitty Pryde. And we saw their version of Black Widow, all teaming up to fight the Eurasian powers of Colossus, Magic, and Omega Red. And you see them unleash the Winter Soldier, aka Ultimate Wolverine, issue number 4. He is unleashed, and it is now not a secret that he is still alive. Kitty Pryde recognizes him as Logan, and so now we're into... This is what the story is going to be. So they introduced... And freaking Chris Condon, dude. He's doing Green Arrow as well. I'm digging that one. I like that one. But this one, so far, is killing it. I absolutely love it. I can't read mainline books anymore. It's just the offshoots ones. But... yeah, so even Logan at the end of this one was like is kind of like remembering her too. So that's just a great way to introduce the main story, the main name of Wolverine, Logan, and now bringing in a little bit more characters, a little bit of characterization on top of Logan and who he is in issue 2 and 3. So really, really digging it. Cannot say that enough. Ultimate Wolverine, issue number 4. I like it. I like it a lot. You guys ready for... This is gonna be a weird knick-knack, but we got ourselves a little bit of a weird knick-knack. A little bit of a story time. So if you follow me on Instagram, I do post some things, and we were invited. I don't know if you guys remember this guy. When we were watching and reacting to Star Trek Unification, the director of photography was actually hanging out in chat, and he was hanging out with us. He hung out with us for a good long time too. So we've actually been talking a little bit on Instagram behind the scenes, and he actually invited us to LA for a talk that he was doing at a kind of like a convention it was called RenderCon, and it had to do about, I even asked him, like, dude, what is all this stuff? And he said it has to do about machine learning. The company that put it on is machine learning, so it dives into AI, it dives into creative spaces, it also dives into digital products, crypto, which I couldn't care less about. I'm like, really? If, crypto products, I don't really care. If the world goes to crap, I'm not going to buy anything with that monkey picture. You know, I still have technically an NFT with Dr. Disrespect's video game. I still own it somewhere. And really, is it worth anything? I don't know. It's digital. Really, what it is isn't it space on a hard drive? I don't know. That's another talk for crypto for another day. It's not tangible. You know what I mean? Like, this is tangible. This is something in my hands that is real, at least somewhat. God knows what the paper's made out of, but it's different than crypto. So anyways, he invited me because he was doing a talk with the director. It's an entry on a ledger. Yeah, basically it's just like a code on that line. Yeah. So may not be tangible, but it's also non-fungible. Exactly. That's true. But I guess in the apocalypse, if society falls, I don't know what you're gonna do with it. If you don't have your phone, if you don't have a computer and everything else, you know what I mean? I guess you can find some way of accessing it. I don't know. But anyways, he invited me out to an event, so we took off and we went to LA. And it was in Hollywood, right off of Sunset and Hollywood Boulevard. Really big event. Lots of people. I'm so awkward in real life, too. What up, Superior? How are you, man? How are you, dude? So, we get invited out. I meet up with them. I take the nerd game as well. So, we all meet each other. And he has one talk about... There's a couple different talks. And let me just show you guys the videos, right? I have videos that I took, and they're not perfect because I was gonna edit, but then I had to stay late at work. I'm just making sure they're all here. All right, let's go. So here's the folder. So at this event, same old. Hopefully it's a good thing. Oh no, it opens Photoshop. I didn't know my default is Photoshop for that. That's hilarious. So in the hallway leading to the couple rooms is the poster for Star Trek Unification. So our buddy Leonidas Jaramillo is actually the director of photography for this short, as well as a couple of other Star Trek projects and projects in general. I got to meet then the director. Oh my God, I'm blanking on his name. Carlos Baena. So Carlos Baena, he's from Spain. Really cool dude. Very, he loves what he does. I'll just say that. So we're all talking about stuff, and I talk about the short. And there's one point where he actually talks about, I said something about, it's a good choice for Star Trek Unification to not have dialogue, not have them talking, because what it's really doing, the AI part of it, Sam Witwer, which was there, I didn't get to meet him. I didn't drop the courage, but he was there. He was playing William Shatner. So what they did though, and in real time, the technology that they have, it's able to change Sam Witwer's face into William Shatner's face with the same exact lighting. So as a director of photography, Leo, he's able to light the set, like a practical set. He's able to... No, I know. I didn't get to meet Sam. I got nervous. He's so chiseled. But... Grant is coming to Denver. I want to meet him. Who's that? Grant, what? Guatin? Who's Guatin? Oh, Grant Gustin. Yeah, Grant Gustin. Dude, he was a good Flash. I liked him. Liked him as Barry Allen. He acted a little bit more Wally West, I guess, sometimes than Barry Allen, but still really good. No worries. Dude, Sam Witwer, yeah, he's chiseled. Anyways, so what this technology, what they're able to do, and the whole point of them being here was twofold, was the AI was able to map William Shatner's face onto Sam Witwer with no tracking. So they told a really good story about when they were shooting at the Huntington Park, the actual Huntington Park in LA. That's where they shot the fountain scene in Unification. And they actually didn't have enough people to work the set. So Leo knew the director of photography for Mandalorian, who just shot Huntington Park. So all the scenes you saw with Luke Skywalker and their face replacement was shot in LA at Huntington Park in the bamboo area. So all that Grogu and Luke Skywalker stuff, that's in LA. Pretty crazy. And what happened was they were doing face replacement and they were using tracking. So they were putting dots on the actor's face to replace it with Mark Hamill's face later, right? So the technology with Star Trek Unification, though, half of the crew was Star Trek, half of the crew was actually Mandalorian. So when they looked at the two screens for Star Trek, they thought that they saw Sam Witwer in one monitor, but then in the other monitor, they see William Shatner. And they go, they look at Sam and they're like, wait, where's the dots? And they're like, there's no dots. This is the new technology. And they lost their minds. They lost their minds, dude. So that is what we're talking about with this whole conference. It's onefold. It's AI learning, AI like face replacement. So imagine, and Kevin Feige, by the way, supposedly Kevin Feige is thanked in the credits of Star Trek Unification. So it's, I tried to ask if Disney was a supporter or a financier of it. He didn't say anything, but he did say that they showed it to Kevin Feige and he was like, it's pretty cool. So anyways, that was the first part, and the second part was immersive storytelling. So they talked a lot about in this other one, the immersive storytelling is, think of like Apple Vision Pro. What kind of possibilities can they do as filmmakers, TV show people in, yeah, I say pretty cool a lot. What can they do with that type of technology? And crap, Carlos, he was funny because he was on the panel, but I don't think he was supposed to be part of the panel. And he said he tried to watch a movie that was a 360 movie that Apple had done or somebody had done. And is it already discontinued? Oh my god, well, it's too expensive. You gotta make it cheaper. So he said he watched a movie there and it's a 360 movie. So he's turning around, right? And he said that he was more interested in what was behind him looking around than the action in front of him. So the panel was kind of onefold. One guy was all in. He wants to try to figure it out. The other guy was like, I'm not interested. He's like, I like it on my phone. I like it on my TV, on a screen. You know, he likes it like that. So it was a pretty cool conversation there. See, I'm pretty cool. I could say pretty cool a lot. Great Flash. He should be James Gunn's Flash. Yeah, I don't know who else could be Flash. They'd probably pull a no name, huh? Should have been DCEU Flash, or at least someone other than Ezra Miller. Oh, I have an idea. I have a little bit of inside baseball on why Ezra Miller was in a bunch of WB stuff. Let's just say it may have been transactional. It may have been transactional. He may know someone or something. So, yeah. I don't know if it was discontinued. Gen AI is, yes. I hate Gen AI so much, but I gotta admit that AI has use cases in other arenas. Exactly. So they were showing generative AI, and you're gonna see some of the pieces that are generative AI here. I took pictures of them, and I took a video of them, and they're kind of like, Nerd Dame even said it. She's like, they're soulless. They're soulless. Like, if you know how to use the prompt, I guess, but what does it mean behind it? Does it mean anything? And I guess that's true. I mean, it's crazy because you can feel something with photography. You can feel something with cinematography. And that's still coming through a screen, right? AI is very inconsistent, though. I think it's still... Doesn't it still depend on the prompter and how you write things and what models and this other stuff? I'm sure someone knows how to make, but you're making fun of me saying pretty cool. That is the reaction to all the AI art that we saw. We're like, that's pretty cool. But what does it mean? Like, what does this skull with gold flowers and bullets coming around it? What does it mean? I guess if it was a multimedia piece, you know, a assemblage piece, that could be actually kind of cool. It could be on canvas, and then you can have like a skull coming off it, so it's sculpture. it's found art, and then you can have painting behind it, and then you can have other found art that you can then manipulate, and then like you can turn this into, and again, a physical piece that is assemblage, that it is found art, and you know, it's a bunch of other stuff. So assemblage is assemblage, but in art terms. I was making fun of Feige. Oh no. I would have wanted more. Yeah, I do that. I do that. I say pretty cool, but he says pretty cool because he does. I don't think he can say anything else. Each change renders a new image rather than keep the same image and tweak it. Yeah, I've had problems with that too. So there's even someone, I work in advertising, and there's someone at work that wanted to use Midjourney for advertising, and I just had to go, no, we can't use that. You know, I work for a big company, and there's no way in heck we're gonna be putting that out. No way. Sorry. All it takes is one person to say that's my picture, just like the Obama poster, and then all of a sudden we got a lawsuit in our hands. So I'm not playing that game. It's a dead end. We're talking about the eventualities and potential because it's solution looking for a problem. I would say, like any tool, I mean, we talked about CG. I'm trying to liken it to CG in the early 90s, and how after they saw that freaking dinosaur walking, everybody that worked in stop motion was kicked off. And it was like, you need to learn how to use a computer right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, big liability along with copyright lines. Exactly. We're not playing that game. I am not playing that game. It's too important. Even when I made your action toy, it was very finicky. But your toys are awesome. The stuff you made for me is pretty cool. I'm going to be posting them. It's going to be my thanks for watching screen. Not a tool. Tools have actual use cases, not potential uses. So, okay, so what about even for this face replacement? Like, let's say the actor sold their likeness willingly, not Grand Moff Tarkin, or they are maybe just too old and they're doing, you know, de-aging. This type of technology can be used to do it cheaper than even deepfake technology Luke Skywalker. So if, I would say, it's cheaper than that, using AI, you can light the scene just light it like a normal scene, and then let the computer do the makeup. You may have to wear a hairpiece, but do all the hard work that you would usually have to do in post. You can do on set. I think that is a great use of AI. I think that's a great use of AI. Now, if we're talking about from, you know, tip to butt working on an AI project, that may be something else, like my intro with Lord of the Rings Swampville. That's something different, you know? That's something different. I don't dig that, but this use case, I see it being used, and we always talk about these bloated budgets, bro. We talk about why did Acolyte cost $240 million? When that actually is less than the Star Wars Episode 3 budget, accounting for inflation. Episode 3 was cheaper than the Acolyte. And I think one reason was people are getting paid less, and inflation in general may have changed a lot of things. Wages may be higher, but production teams and everything is more bloated than ever. More bloated than ever. So how do we get rid of that bloat? How do we get rid of that bloat? It's a tool the way string theory is a tool. Oh, okay. To be honest, if you were a bigger YouTuber, ChatGPT would have never even let me render you. Really? Looks at violations while creating renders?
What, you saying I'm not big? Huh? Huh? You saying I'm not funny? Huh?
I've seen so many people do it. I've seen large YouTubers do it. Or they were getting it done of. I've seen them post it. I think it's hilarious. My face is already out there. I'm on YouTube. I don't know if it's worth boiling the oceans. Okay. I'll save a few bucks and result in skill loss and keep artists from innovating. Okay. Budget bloat has more to do with the streaming model and lack of expertise. Gen AI will contribute to that. Acolyte's money wasn't spent on face replacement. Gen AI wouldn't have helped. So it isn't generative AI. It isn't generative AI. They are giving it like a mask The only thing that AI is doing is replacing the face in real time. It's not really generating it. I don't know how to explain it really. But it's not like they typed in a prompt and it's doing it. It's more so AI is being used. It's kind of like, so think about it this way, I think. You know those virtual sets? There's a video on here that I can show you. The virtual set, when they move a camera around, the background changes. So they create like a 3D, like Unreal, and for Mandalorian. So that is what AI is being used for. And honestly, I don't know if AI being used for this is better than people using AI for question answer, everything else. I don't know. Blood budgets were influenced by MCU success. Yeah, maybe. Assume they needed to throw too much money, that much money to make billions. Their inflated jobs don't need to be on set. I'm curious why, I really do want to open the books sometime. Cause twofold. I'm a creative type. I like the creative process. Second one is budgeting, is money, financials. That stuff really interests me too. You know, I'm a one-man crew here. I've thought about hiring somebody to edit a video, like just once a week. You know, I maybe even like the Daredevil video that I still have to edit. I could have given that to somebody, paid them, and had a video already. You know what I mean? It's going down the drain now. Kind of. There still is a creative process. Like even with my videos, there's some type of a creative process, but it is, if you're talking corporate art, yeah, there's something wrong here. But at least with Star Trek Unification, it was a what do you call it? It was okayed by Paramount, and it was put on by the Star Trek, or the Roddenberry Archive, which is another cool thing. So let me show you guys this. I've been blabbering. So these are the original Discovery costumes. These are the original Discovery costumes, and some Kirk costumes. And next one. So this is from the actual movie. The texture on it is sick. So cool. So they had a bunch of costumes from the Roddenberry Museum, Roddenberry stuff. Oh my god. The texture on Spock's stuff is almost like denim. It was like a really light denim. I wish I could touch it. And then here's from the Unification. So this is all the costumes made for... No. Okay, so let me talk about this. Brett. So everything that you saw... No, it wasn't AI. So the only thing that was AI was the face replacement of Leonard Nimoy and William Shatner. Everything else was done in camera. And the way they used it was background projection, per se, with the LED screens. So for the final scene with Spock and Kirk, that was done with LED screens. And then they had a physical set with two actors, with Sam Witwer and another dude who I think looked like Leonard Nimoy. I think it was like his son or something. So they have two actors in all of these costumes, and at the park too. So this shot right here is actually Huntington Park that they dressed up a little bit. And all the costumes are actual costumes that they were in. And I almost met this lady. She is like Star Trek royalty. And I kept telling him, man, like, I'm not the biggest Star Trek fan, unfortunately, but I appreciate all this stuff. I really do. So this is from Regeneration. So there was a couple of other short films that they made. One was really short. It was called Regeneration, and it was kind of a piece in the desert. So some of this is actual physical set, and then all the rest is a screen replacement. Is an LED screen. So all physical costumes. All costumes, really cool costumes. And then this was the theater. So this was the cinema theater that we're gonna watch in. It's for RenderCon. So this is the Roddenberry Archive. So these are artists these are going to be all the artists for the Roddenberry Archive. And what the archive is, it is a 3D, basically museum where you can load up. It's pretty cool, man. I really do wish they had something for other things like this. So they had a demo of it. I wonder if I can find it. They had a demo of it where you could actually go in to the bridge and walk around. Damn, it's loud.
Action in 2 pieces.
No, where is it? Dude, maybe I didn't take a picture of it. Did I? Damn. So there's the actual set. We'll go back to it in a second. There it is. Here it is. So these are actual rendered sets that they have real artists from around the world working on, and this is what the Roddenberry Archive is. And they have they like here's the USS briefing room, Enterprise briefing room. So there's actually 2 versions of every one of these sets. There's a in-universe version, so you're walking around as if you are in the universe. You're part of Star Trek. You're part of the Enterprise team. And then there's another version where they're making it so it is the physical set. So they are recreating the Hollywood physical sets. And they talked about at one point, there's these blinking lights that are just blinking. So in one version, they're just blinking. In another version, you can actually go behind and you can see how they made them blink. And to make them blink, there's literally just a light with a layer of plastic for orange to color it, and then a board, like a plywood board that they painted black, and there's different holes poked out, and there's just a dude with the handle sliding the board back and forth. So they recreated, that's how they did it on the TV show. So that's how they recreated it. You see the board, you see the handle, and you can actually see it moving, and they're recreating the magic of how they made the stuff on set. And they have a bunch of artists, and they're going into crazy detail. Like they said, there's even scratches in the wall that they have from pictures. So they're adding in so much crazy detail, and you can just walk around. So that's where the immersive comes from. You can put in like your Apple Vision Pro, you can put on a VR headset, or you can just use it on a computer screen and use an Xbox controller and walk around in 3D. So that's what the Roddenberry Archive is. And I think that is such a cool thing to have. I mean, imagine some of your favorite properties being treated this way with such reverence, you know? They have full-time hired visual effects artists from Hollywood to recreate these. I just think that's freaking fascinating. So here is, okay.
Extraordinary efforts into documenting what did those ships look like? What did those sets look like? What were they theoretically like?
So that was, okay. So that is actually Mike Okuda. Mike Okuda is the, it's Dave Filoni. Is the Dave Filoni of Star Trek. So he is hired on as a consultant. This man in the middle, he's a hired consultant. He works for the archive. He also works with Paramount and other projects, and he is the knowledge base. He knows everything about Star Trek, and everything goes through him. So I met him. He's a super chill dude. He's a little nervous too. He's a little nervous. That's his wife right there. The dude on the right, I do believe, is he's an artist and some other stuff. He had really bad dandruff on his shoulders. I'm sorry. The two gentlemen next to him, these two cats, they are actually artists for the Roddenberry Archive. And again, they come from CG rendering. They come from 3D model rendering. That's the kind of stuff they do. None of them really, they said, are special effects people. They're more so 3D models. So they build the models, they build the look and the amount of detail that they need for certain shots. Real professionals, absolutely. So they're the ones that build the models, and then the special effects teams and animators use those models. So that's who these guys are. And then Mike and his wife, who is also running a lot of the stuff. And then these two last guys, there are others that are on the team as well. So he said one time he went into more detail than he should have. He did like full 2 days of detail on like a chair. So what happened was he actually figured out that this chair is available to buy from Bass Pro Shop, and he went to Bass Pro Shop, purchased the chair, and he sat in it. He had it next to him while rendering out a chair. So definitely real pros. That was this guy right here, and they're chill, man. I hung out with them a little bit afterwards when everyone was taking a picture. I don't think I'm in the picture, thank God. But yeah, they're super chill. They're just down to earth, chill dudes. So this was the Roddenberry archive, and what was this one?
Department cut up that carpet into squares, and there was a person who sold it at conventions. I've got a friend who.
So he was talking about recreating the carpet from the set. He actually knew someone who bought a square of the carpet from the set at a convention, and then he got that from him and was able to use it for the archive. So that's the kind of detail that they're going into, man, and I appreciate that so much. Oh god. So this was the big room. This was the Roddenberry exhibit room with all the costumes, all the sets. And in the back here, you could actually, Nerd Dame has the video. I didn't download it, but I don't think I have a video of it at all. But you can actually sit in the captain's chair, and they set up this LED panel behind you, and there's actually another digital panel that pops up behind you for the camera to move, and it's shot just like a movie. And they show you the technology of it real-time rendering behind you what the set would look like, and it looks perfect. Like, you're not able to tell at all. And it's what they use on Mandalorian. It's what they use on a bunch of stuff. So they rebuild it on Unreal, and then they just use the different versions inside the camera of what the actual angle would be. Really, really cool stuff. That's the stuff that I nerd out on. So this is the actual couch from the original scene 2 with Spock. They were able to use it, and it's right here. And they used it for Unification. And here you can see the two actors with their face replacement. Pretty insane stuff. James Cameron says he's open to use AI in films, but in a way for productivity, not really to replace the artist. So that's where I think it is. So like, rather than, I mean, imagine this, right? So CG artists for particle effects use simulations, right? They simulate particle effects and stuff like that. Imagine the original cats doing that by hand. So that's where I think, especially with this face replacement, that's where I think it could be useful. And I guess it's taking someone's job, but dang. They did discuss some of his stuff at D23, except Star Wars, for the Star Wars series. Oh yes, see, that's exactly where I imagine it being used for Disney. Like I said, I didn't get a straight answer if they are financiers of this technology, but if they're going to use it, you know they will. More of the costumes there. What I noticed too, I have very big shoulders. I think I'm a lot wider than everybody in LA, at least at this party. So there's Roddenberry Archive. We can select any of these, and you can actually walk around in 3D space and look at things as if you're really there. So here is the actual costumes from the 70s. From the 60s and the 70s. Look at the sparkly pants. It's pretty legit. And that's the original chair too. I was not allowed to sit in that chair, but that is the original chair. Wild. Wild stuff. More original costumes. So here's the video. So there's this guy right here. This is actually he's not one of the producers, he's something else. But this guy, he moves the camera and they have it lit exactly how it's going to look, and then on the TV over there you see what the outcome is. So That's pretty cool. That light panel wall is pretty legit too. Companies just want to lower their spend. Their whole idea is to lower the manpower. Yeah. That's not going to work out for them. I was going to open Photoshop again. Damn it. They're putting their money into the wrong places, and I think they're learning the lesson. So Render Network. Render Network is the team that put on this entire RenderCon. Like I said, it was all about, I think, 3D rendering. I'm going to keep Photoshop open. So here's the hallway into the big room. So here is, I believe, AI stuff. I could be wrong. It could be 3D. It could be actually 3D made. I could be wrong. But we were looking at it and it kind of just felt, you know, kind of soulless. I don't know. It's cool. Like the camera angle that's doing here, I can imagine some use for it. So I don't know if it's AI or if it's just CG rendering on all these. Oh, cheap viewers. I don't want cheap viewers. I want real viewers. I want real people. I want real humans to talk to. Real friends. I want real friends. This one was kind of cool. I like that one. It's kind of cool. I actually liked early AI images, the dreamlike stuff. Yeah. That's what kind of some of this is. Like this one right here. This one right here. This one, it was kind of cool. It was like a light, fluorescent light going through somebody. That was cool. Next one. So this was the big room. This guy was talking about freaking crypto. And I'm like, I looked over at Leo and I'm like, do you do crypto? He's like, no. I'm like, I got some Bitcoin. This is the little hangout spot right before the main stage. And this is the piece that was kind of cool. So it was, the camera was moving around. And like I said, it may have been actually rendered. This may have been rendered by somebody. Though I think that's the whole point. It's not really to use AI in that regard, but you know, to assist you in some way. But the camera was moving around in this 3D space around this guy, and this light kept flickering on and off, and the lights right here kept changing. So yeah. So here is Leo and Jules, and Carlos was on it, and they had a whole discussion about immersive media production. So what is it? Is there a use case for a 3D, for a VR, for a Apple Vision Pro, or, you know, it's basically, to me, it felt like a step between watching a movie and playing a video game. Because playing a video game, you are interactive, and a movie is not interactive. So this is immersive, where you're immersed into it. You can look around, that kind of thing, but you're not playing with it. You're not interacting with it. So stuff is happening around you. You're not interacting with it per se. So I almost imagined making a movie for the huge sphere in Vegas and experiencing that with a bunch of people. Like imagine Endgame, right? Imagine Infinity War Endgame on this huge 3/4 dome sphere. That is where I'm like, that could be really cool. And imagine sharing that with other people, because they're already doing that type of technology with sports. There's actually a place next to SoFi Stadium where you can watch a game, and the light panel, LED panel is so bright, you're basically there, and it's immersive. You know what I mean? Are they getting rid of the Pro? See, I don't know. They barely came out. It barely came out. Easiest win for Gen AI is education, as play. But kids don't have jobs and don't spend money. Yeah, and the government's not gonna buy that for them, dude. They're not allowed to eat either, so they're not gonna buy them VR headsets. They're throwing away their lunch meals. You don't get free food.
Side of unification, because there is so much.
Here you go.
We can go a little bit deeper into the production side of unification, because there is so much to cover. We didn't have time to really do that on the panel, and I wanted to bring you in on that. But I'm so glad we're doing this here, and we should talk about what we did and how that was, you know, all the things we learned, and also you know, part of why we did that piece was for the.
So that's Jules. I think his name's Jules. I didn't get to meet him quite.
In 2 pieces, because it was first
There's Carlos.
Generation, and then Unification.
That was a pretty cool shot. So these are actually, Leo showed me these. These are Alex Ross pieces that are original. They are 1-to-1. There is no other version of these anywhere in the world. Alex Ross only made them for this place. Pretty freaking cool. You're not allowed to get these anywhere else. If you do, they're fakes because he made them specifically for this gallery. This one was pretty legit. What up, John? How are you, man? Dude, I told Leo one of my goals is to one day own an Alex Ross. Freaking awesome. Seems like they're now limiting the production of it for now. Changed it from discontinue. Oh, gotcha. It's a very niche thing, dude. You need to bring down the cost of it. Sweet art, dude. These are 1-to-1 original pieces by Alex Ross for this gallery. Amazing pieces, dude. Amazing. Like this one, so cool. Except be Batman holding it, because Batman's Batman. He can do anything. This one's pretty legit though. The good versus the bad. And you got the Enterprise attacking the Death Star. He's like, what the hell? Who are you? Because look at them. If you see the sparkles, they're actually transporting in, or they're teleporting in. Oh no, it's gonna break. What up, John? Thanks for subscribing, man. You broke it. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. You broke it. Thank you for subscribing, bro. Welcome, welcome. But such great art, dude. And this guy's getting green zapped because he's getting hit by the phasers. Yeah, I still haven't figured that out. Someone else subscribed while I was playing the South of Midnight on Sunday, and it just breaks. Oh my god, can you guys still hear it? Okay, cool. I don't think you can. But yeah, these pieces, like I said, are original pieces. They're meant for this gallery. Really, really cool time, and I can't thank Leonidas, the King Leonidas, for inviting me out, man. Really cool. It was a long drive, but it was well worth it. Got to meet him too. Nice guy. He's nice. Tried to make me feel like home, but I was a little nervous Nancy, man. I was a little nervous Nancy with everybody. So that is the, yeah, that's the long-winded knick-knack of the week, you guys. Oh, we do have some knick-knacks. They had some swag. Stuff we all get. So I got a hat that's 765874 Unification. So that's the Star Trek Unification hat. And then they also gave me the Roddenberry Archive hat. So, hey, I'm a bald dude. God knows I need more hats than I can count. So we're definitely putting these. Where should we put these? Around the room. We can put them. We'll have to find a place to put them. Go anywhere. Go anywhere. Got a big room and it needs to be cleaned up. Needs to be cleaned up. Thanks again for subscribing, John. You do a lot of digital collecting. Probably do more physical collecting. What do you do digital collecting of? Comics? Or like art? I was looking at Alex Ross's website for his pieces. Cheapest is $4,000. The most expensive is $43,000. Yeah, he sells them at Comic-Con, and he has the nicest booth at San Diego Comic-Con. It's just, you know, clean, pristine art gallery feeling. It's a lot different than like hodgepodge other booths, and the art just speaks for itself, bro. Oh, gotcha. How much are NFTs going for? Yeah, how much does he have NFTs? He actually does. What's crazy is I posted about Alex Ross one time, and then he followed me. I'm like, oh no, why did he follow me? It's not like he actually looks around, but he started following me, and he was posting about how he's doing like a subscription service. So it's a monthly box that you pay for, and it includes art books, it includes a bunch of stuff like that. So I mean, Alex Ross is getting on his subscription game, and it's not, again, it's like couple $100, and you get some original art. So not bad. Comic books on Vive. Vive, what's that? I haven't heard of that one. They have a booth at New York Comic Con and San Diego Comic Con. Vive? Vive does? Vive for Vendetta? Vivi. Oh, digital collectibles. Okay. Yeah, buddy. Coca-Cola. Oh, yes, I've seen them. They were advertising the Ultraman at San Diego Comic Con. I remember that. They had the Ultraman setup there. I think that was them. Original 1 of 1 artist proofs. Very cool. They got Ultraman. Pretty cool stuff. Let me show you guys. Pretty cool. They got all these different brands. The post office. So stamps? Are they selling me stamps? Oh no. We're not gonna play that game. Star Trek, Funko, Lamborghini. Todd McFarlane goes digital collectibles as well. Oh, he does? Some people, I know Mando. Was it Mando who doesn't like McFarlane toys? Everything? Yeah, basically everything. Oh, Star Wars logo. Star Wars logo got broken. Oh, never mind, it's there. Just kidding. So that's cool. Comics. Interesting. So is it kind of like, oh, no way, Dynamite Dracula? Man, I tried reading comics on my iPad, but I just love the physical, bro. It's great for convenience, but lots of AR. Interesting. Lots of books. It's an open marketplace. You just buy and sell them as you please or collect them. Oh, so these are trading cards. Okay. Cool. Limited edition comic. Cool. Never heard of that before. Learn something new every day. Technically, they are NFTs. I still own, like I said, the one from Dr. Disrespect's game. I don't own any other NFT. Technically, I own some Bitcoin. Okay. Technically, I own some fraction of a Bitcoin. Some decimal. It's an open marketplace. Yeah. I mean, whatever you're into. The one thing that you won't run out of is space. Like, look at my room, dude. Look at my room. There's comics on the floor. There's books everywhere. There's toys everywhere. Oh my god. My entire table. So I have actually some art I still need to get. Still have art. Still need to get fixed up and framed. Won't fill up my house. I got, oh my god, behind all that stack of stuff, there's all my comics, and then there's 3 more boxes of comics. We have comics. We have lots of comics. I have no idea how NFTs work. So you get a digital item, and you have a key, and you're the only person with that item with that key, and it's like a serial number. I guess that's the easiest way of explaining it. It could be completely wrong, but that's my understanding. And it could be completely wrong. Completely wrong. Oh no, I lost the link. Was it pages / boom. That's basically what it is. That's basically what it is. Oh, we're way too high now. I'm so high, man. Oh yeah, look at that poster for Doctor Who up there. Look at that guy. He's above that. It's above that. There's a poster for Doctor Who. I used to like Doctor Who. Long time ago. Long time ago. By the way, like I said, one more time, they're shelving Doctor. Yeah, they are. But they always shelve Doctor Who. That's what he said, right? One more time, I'm going to let you guys know. There is a free giveaway by Arrow Nutrition starting Friday, April 18th. All you have to do is fill out your name, email address, and if you decide to do so, be sure to enter streamer code NERDDUM, one word, NERDDUM, one word. And feel free to follow them for even more entries. Just one more time, I had to shout them out. And thanks again to Arrow Nutrition. Yeah, so what's his name? Robert Meyer? No. Somebody else. Anyways, he was saying they always shelve it. What are you talking about? That Doctor Who is always shelved. You know? I'm like, okay. No. But yes, I mean, it was canceled in the 80s, technically. And then it was brought back in 2005. So, I just like VV because I can have older comics that you can't purchase physically. Dude, that's true. And if you were able to get them physically, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg, huh? I don't even know we're on that screen. It's going to cost you an arm and a leg, huh? I just got... Oh, yeah. Dude, I'm still waiting. I got comics that are supposed to be coming back to me from CGC that we got graded at WonderCon. So I guess it's been half a month. I'm curious, though. I have a package that's coming from, like, Staples or something. It's coming from Staples, I think. Or I don't know if it's them or somebody else, but there's a package arriving tomorrow. I don't know who it's from. But I do have 10 comics coming back, and yeah, I made a video about which comics I was going to get graded. So I might make another video showing them out of the box what they got graded, because I don't know. Some of the books are 30 years old, man. Just like yeah. I heard that not a lot of people are actually slabbing books anymore. I heard a lot of people aren't slabbing books. That's what the talk at WonderCon was about. People aren't buying slabs and people aren't making slabs. So, weird. Boop. It was focusing on something else. I really just want to do it because I've had these books for 30 years, and it's a blessing that they haven't been destroyed by natural or me trying to read it as a kid. I showed a lot of restraint as a kid, man. Yes, it did. It actually cost me money, which was a hit to my my credit card. I thought it charged me right up front when I did the purchase of the slabbing. It was $27 per slab, and I got 10 slabs plus tax. And I was like, okay, $300, but this is gonna protect them forever. I'm gonna protect them forever, and yeah, I think it went up since last year. I think it was $22 last year. I could be wrong, but when it came up, it actually charged me when they processed the books. So it arrived, they processed them, they started working on them, and then they charged me. So all of a sudden I had like $300. I'm like, what is this? Who is this company? And then I'm like, oh wait, they didn't charge me before. They just held my credit card. I've been making a metaverse with my NFTs. Want to see a short video? Is it on YouTube? Is it on your YouTube? Honestly, this is kind of funny. This is how messed up my stream is right now. Do you guys want to hear what I'm hearing for the last 20 minutes? I need to fix this. It's driving me nuts. It's like the bells with the master. It's like the bells with the master. It's just driving me insane. The only way I know how to fix this is I turn off the OBS and go back to it. And come back in. Oh god, my head. It's on Twitter? Is it on your Twitter? Do you have a Twitter? Twitter is very scary on streams. but I can pull it up off screen. What is it off screen? What is it? Is it your handle? What can I say? I'm a noob at this. Is it Chaos? That one? Not finding anything on that one. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Let's see. That's why you guys aren't hearing music, by the way. Damn, dude. All right. Let's see. Making a metaverse by NFTs. Oh, is it right here? No. Created in the VV verse. Is that you? Alt collector? Where's yours? I feel like this is a Ponzi scheme. He's gonna get me into digital collectibles. I'm just kidding. Oh, look at you. Nice. I pinned it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, buddy. Sorry, you can't hear the music. You don't have to join. Well, I appreciate that. So here's, I mean, I didn't, you're not going to fool me, right? I'm going to check this first. Hold on, I'm going to check this first. I learned my lesson before, and then all of a sudden, you know, all of a sudden I'm playing a very nice video, and then all of a sudden, I believe you, I trust you. But then all of a sudden there's like a jump scare or something, you know what I mean? So I'm watching it fully first. Okay, we're clear. We're clear. We have 8? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Look at this. It's cool, man. So you're able to capture this in VV? And the internet lives forever, dude. It lives forever. It's pretty cool. Just a bunch of weirdos wanting to rip people off, but they're a good idea. It's something. It's something to collect. It's something to have. Did you purchase these trophies in here? We were just talking about NFTs and digital products and stuff too. 3D assets and comics on the wall. Oh, there's Jeff. Oh, you did? Okay. Big money. Damn. I mean, if someone, I don't know about ripping off. I mean, it can be. Everything has value because someone will pay for it, right? So it's almost like unrealized gains until, you know, someone buys it. Comics are sick. You got some stuff behind there. Oh, you got Groot? You got a Christmas Groot? So all this stuff, all the comics and everything you went out and looked for, huh? Oh, that's cool. There's other stuff. You have a bunch of stuff. See, this is kind of what we were just talking about. It's like a Roddenberry archive. Think of a 3D, almost like a metaverse. Like you said, you can jump into it and look around someone's museum. It's kind of cool. I can make these. No. Ain't gonna ban you? Oh, yeah. You made the whole world, so you decided to choose everything. Okay. And that's what VV does? I'm probably saying it wrong. Vive? In Unity? But not if these are, I mean, I guess if these are 1-to-1, you know. But the difference is that they have a non-fungible token serial number and and everything, right? So that it's different than just like a 3D model in Unity or 3D model in what do you call it? Unreal. Like you can buy and sell assets on Unreal, but these are actual tokens that are protected on the blockchain. They have their own. I mean, think about it like a serial number of, you know, a collectible of a toy. That's exactly what these are. I don't even Homer and Bart. That's what these are. Certain number of prints of them. Certain, yeah, and they're limited. They're limited. Excuse me. No worries, dude. Good night, Lewis. See you later, man. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. Hope you have a great week, dude. Louie, 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 Louie. We actually have your intro. Where's your intros? Bye, Louie.
Hey, Louie, Louie.
Later, Louie. That's the only song that has Lewis in the name. Later, dude. Have a great week, man. But yeah, thanks for showing me this. Pretty rad. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff, man. There are so many different, like, even going to this event, you know, and there's so many different people, man. There's so many different niches and groups and God, like, I know Star Trek is huge. I'm not the biggest Trekkie, so again, I appreciated him inviting us. And that's the part of the business, that's part of the whole talking that interested me the most was the archiving of all these items, the preservation of all these items, and then the technology too of what can that do for media. And I really do hope that it helps them out, man. I really do hope that it unbloats these budgets and everything else, man. Because it's expensive. And let me see tickets right now. I'm gonna go look at Fandango. We're gonna get tickets for thumbnails for Thunderbolts right now. Let's check it out. Let's check it out first. I do want to see Sinners too. But Thunderbolts, the first day we can watch is May 1st. Is May 1st. Dude, 3D? I don't want that. 4 p.m. May 1st, 4 p.m. Let's get this ticket. May 1st. I don't think we have anything that day. Alright, let's see how much this ticket is. Dude. The theater is empty. Alright. I get the pick of the litter, guys. Theater is empty. Pick of the litter. Here we go. Oh my god. $24. Life's expensive? Indeed. That's why we always say Tortuga. Tortuga. Say goodbye to convenience fees. No, it's fine. Alright, so our grand total is $22.44. For 2 tickets, for 1 ticket. For 1 ticket. And this is their best Nassau? I say Tortuga. I say Tortuga. For 2 tickets, no, this is 1 ticket. $22.44. 1 ticket. I am the nerd dame does not care less, cannot care less about Marvel stuff. The last one I tried to bring her to was Wolverine Deadpool, and she walked out. She walked out. She hung out in the lobby. And all good. I do want to see Sinners too. That's out, but this weekend? Leave page. Okay, $22.44. So that way I can really watch the movie. I'm going to try to watch it Thursday and get the video up Friday for you guys. So I think that'd be fun. Tortuga. You haven't seen Marvel since Endgame? Oof. You may have done it right, Superior. You may have done it right. What are you saying Tortuga for? No one can rip off your stuff, right? No, I was kidding. They better not be able to rip off your stuff, hack your crypto wallet. But yeah, man, crazy week, crazy day. I haven't even taken a shower. I've been out of the house since 6:30, and I got home at 6:30. Long day. But man, Thanks, guys, for hanging out with me. It was always fun. Nice meeting you, John. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for breaking the stream. You're awesome. I need to fix this, man. I appreciate it. Dude, Brett, yeah, it was a long day, bro. It was a long day. It started out fine. Long stream. Yeah, lots of fun. Chilling with you guys, dude. Chilling with you guys. It's been a while because we didn't stream yesterday. We went to the event, so definitely felt bad because I didn't watch the Daredevil season finale live with you guys, but I watched it when we got home, and man, whew, I got some thoughts. I think my recording is around 25 minutes, and I actually missed some stuff, so I need to go back and add some stuff when I edit it. So hopefully have that up for you tomorrow, if not Friday, but I'm going to have that up. And then I want one more video about Andor before we go. What a finale? Is that a negative what a finale? Or a positive what a finale? My beard smells like beef. We had beef for dinner. Smells like beef. I'm tripping. Definitely negative. Yeah. I cannot wait to discuss it with you, bro. Cannot wait. I got so many problems with it. It hurts. It hurts. You'll stop by. I'll see you around. Yeah, later, John. Thank you for finding us, dude. Finding our little corner of the internet. Great episode, terrible finale. Yeah, it was great for an episode 4 of a 13 episode season, but not a freaking finale. No, not a freaking finale. But yep, let me try to get that video out for you guys. I got it recorded. I need to record some other parts, but I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. Thank you so much. And this was issue 65 of Nerddom's Poll List. And for next week, shoot, I'm going to be on the road, so maybe I'll put something up and, go live, just hang out. But, so cliffhanger is so blatant, it was terrible. And who the hell were those people he was with? You have Josie, you have Jerry, you got Karen and a bunch of other people. And he's like, we need an army. Is that your army? You got Jerry? Ugh. Anyways, I'm mad. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't go, "Rah!" and then it cut to black. I'm surprised that didn't happen. But yeah, next week we're going to be on the road in Texas. So like I said, if we do a stream, I'll try to maybe set it up, and maybe we'll just do a phone stream really quick just to check in, see how you guys are, and I can let you know what I'm pulling for my poll list if we want to do it that way. Keep an eye on YouTube, keep an eye on Instagram, and if you want to S-Talk, it's on Twitter. But John, nice to meet you. Brett, always a pleasure, bro. Thank you so much for hanging out. Superior, thank you for those action figures. You're gonna probably see me post them throughout the week. Later, Lewis. Who else do we have? We had Space Beast early on in the show. Space Beast. If you remember Space Beast, he found us from San Diego Comic-Con doing the live stream. So it was really nice to have him back. And yeah, Mando. They hate you, Mando. I feel like the last shot was just the same voice. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you Sunday. We're going to continue South of Midnight. I'm having a good time with it. I'm digging it. We just got to figure out the combat. So appreciate you hanging out. Have a great week, and we will see you Sunday. Have a good one. Take care, guys. Yes, it's AI.
At night, game the swinging axes, but his aim ain't right. Legolas is prepping, shooting butts off logs. Harlan's painting toenails, yelling at the dogs. Saruman's of neighbors always causing grief, scheming in his tower like a backwoods thief. With the swamp behind and the mountains ahead, we're just good old boys doing what Gandalf said. Frodo's carrying the ring and it's dragging slow, but we're marching through the mud with a steady flow.
Of Arrakis, it's me, Shia Lude, your beloved sandworm of the desert. Many people are saying Paul Atreides. Little Paul Atreides, I call him Pesky Paul. He's Al-Mahdi. People are calling him Lisan Al-Gaib. Pesky Paul's calling himself Muad'Dib. He said, Muad'Dib, I'm a little desert mouse. Just a humble little desert mouse. And he is very tiny, I saw him.
Middle-aged mutant ninja turtles. Middle-aged mutant ninja turtles. Middle-aged mutant ninja turtles. All of their shoes are from New Balance, and turtles used to battle all over New York. It was radical. Now they work late nights in customer support. It pays the bills. They would break dance in their teens, and now they use sleep apnea machines. Middle-aged mutant ninja turtles.
Colonel, this is Snake. I've made it to the insertion point. I stayed pretty warm due to that anti-freezing peptide that you gave to me, but I have to admit, I was able to smuggle out my smokes in my stomach. You know, it wasn't fantastic, but I gotta have them ciggies. Psychic powers are cheating. I'm gonna plug my controller into port 2. Hind D. More like D. Hind. Ho! But seriously, what's a Russian gunship doing here?
Big bag,